So you guys have probably heard about that French guy who died during a kick stream after essentially being tortured for days on end. If you didn't watch any of the stream, just know that he was hit, shot with a paintball gun, strangled, put through sleep deprivation, which is literally a documented torture technique. But still, for some reason, nobody at Kick saw this as a problem until it was too late, banning them after they realized what they had just let happen, which, like I mentioned in a previous video, does nothing. The murder was already committed, so banning these guys after the fact like they were already getting set up for round 2 with another victim is just fucking stupid. Like I also mentioned in a previous video, Kick can brag about being this close to being on the same level as Twitch, but in reality that is never going to happen until they start caring about who they let stream on their site. See, right now they want as many people as they can, regardless of the kind of content you stream, because they prioritize quantity over quality. And yeah, sure, they can brag about having 25% of Twitch's market, but how much of that is from people outside of Aiden Ross's friend group? If you're able to see how much of that 25% each streamer accounts for, it looked like a funnel with Aiden Ross at the top and all the no-names at the bottom. So it's like, yeah, you took 25% of their audience away, but they're all being forced to watch Aiden Ross, XQC, everyone from FaZe, Drake, while these no-name streamers have to rely on getting a viral clip for anyone to even notice them. And even then, it depends on what you say and who's reposting you. Like, if Kick doesn't start cracking down on all this bullshit, then they're going to have to deal with a lot more situations like this. So because you can't have someone die on stream without anyone getting in trouble for it, and no, the ban isn't anything close to the kind of punishment these guys who did this deserve, but because someone needs to be held accountable, Australia's web safety monitor, eSafety, is now accusing Kick of defaulting on its own guidelines which prohibit the broadcasting of violent content and are potentially planning to fine them up to $50 million, saying, while noting that some instances of violence may be contextual, Kick's community guidelines state, while violence may be contextual and there can be varying degrees of impact, we do not permit content that depicts or incites abhorrent violence including significant harm, suffering, or death. We further do not allow malicious trolling, harassing, or brigading. Now there has to be a law against someone having a rule like that, but not enforcing it. Well, I mean, that's the law. They're getting fined $50 million for it. Retract my statement. But that's like having one of those employees must wash hands sign, but every month you're getting shut down for an E. coli outbreak because you keep telling everyone washing your hands is optional, no matter how many times it took you to wipe to get clean. But this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Obviously this isn't going to happen often, but when's the last time you heard Twitch get fined $50 million for something a streamer did? The worst Twitch has on them right now is not releasing the Dr. Disrespect chat logs. Those and the Epstein files are like the Maltese Falcon. Movie reference, look it up. But this isn't something Kick can just apologize for and move on. There are going to be people now, like Australia's very own eSafety, who are now looking at you under a microscope. And when your website has built a reputation on letting the more extreme stuff slide, it's either change now or find out the hard way that the people who run the internet do not like that stuff. Like they even say, it's evident that streamers and content creators are seeking to create more extreme content that generates more engagement through opaque algorithms and pervasive and persuasive design features that many of these platforms employ. eSafety will use the full range of our enforcement powers as appropriate where there is non-compliance. And of course they say that now, but when they give Kick that good old company audit, they're going to see a lot of 3-day bans for things that should have been permanent. And when they're getting hit with potential $50 million fines, you can guarantee that they'll change their policies, effectively getting their streamers mad, being like, oh hell no, you guys are turning into Twitch. When really this all could have been avoided if they at least made their suspensions longer than 3 days minimum. That's like a long weekend, something everyone looks forward to. You don't want to punish people with something they'll look forward to. 2 weeks should be the minimum, because I can promise you that will get people to stop being retards on streams real fast. 2 weeks in 2025 is like a month with how much shit goes on daily. What's really fucked up though for people like you and me, and especially the family who I'm assuming want to see Kick get some kind of repercussions from this, is that they have to literally wait and see what eSafety is going to do, seeing as that they're based in Australia just like Kick is. Whereas this guy dying, and after the autopsy apparently it was confirmed that it was a death and not a murder, and it's like, dog, we saw what happened, shut the fuck up. But since he died in France, and since Kick has no representation in France, I guess, meaning that there isn't an office they can go to, they basically have to wait and hope that Kick does something to make sure that this never happens again. Which they're already fucking up, because no more than a week after this does Rampage Rampage Jackson's son nearly kill a guy on stream. Not to mention the countless other incidents that happen. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but they're out there, trust me. But yeah guys, like I said in the beginning, it doesn't look like Kick's going to change anytime soon because they're all about expanding the brand, baby. They ain't got time for no deaths. But yeah guys, until later today, peace.